All right. I have been excited to dive into this. A couple admin things before I get started with the run. I'm going to upload a video that explains kind of what this series is going to be all about. That'll be just like a minute or two long, with a link in the description. Haven't recorded it yet though, so be on the lookout for that. Second admin thing, I will also put the list of mods I have for my game. It's no gameplay modifying mods. I just have a lot of quality of life stuff to help me keep track of different information. And final admin thing, I'm recording this while my baby is napping, so we'll see how she does. And hopefully she allows us to get a good ways of the way through the run. But I've been really excited to dive into this. So I'm on the last levels of Ascension for all four characters here. I just finished my Watcher Ascension 18 run, and I am finally able to start back over. I rotate through them one at a time, and I've been really excited to get back to Ironclad because I really love playing these first three characters, which that's one of the things I want to talk about later on is how over the game over the course of playing through the Ascensions, I have changed my opinions on so many different things about the game. But we're back on Ironclad, which I've been really excited to get into, but let's jump into the run. So I'm sure that these are going to take several attempts each for each Ascension, and we've got 3 tiers left because there's Ascension 19, Ascension 20, and Ascension 20 Heart. So I imagine it'll take a little bit. But I just wanted to document all this, so I'm pretty excited. First Meow choice though on Ironclad here. I'm gonna do my best to explain my reasoning behind stuff as if someone hasn't played the game, because it's really easy to get lost in the weeds and talk about meta stuff when I am mostly doing this just for my documentation, but on the off chance that anyone does watch it, I want to assume that they either haven't played the game before or only know a little bit. But taking this 18 damage really hurts on high ascension. The transform is pretty tempting though. 100 gold could be nice, and we do have some early shops. That's why you see me opening my map here. Our boss is going to be the slime boss, which Ironclad doesn't have too hard of a time dealing with. Um, but it is certainly dangerous. We could go for the boss swap, but on Ironclad, that's typically not a good idea because this Burning Blood is just easily uh, one of the stronger starting relics you can have. So I'm either going to go for the gold or the transform. The transform is a lot higher risk, but I'm thinking I'll go for the gold, and then we don't have any late shops, which is a little frustrating. So what I'm going to try this run, I think, is I'm going to take the gold, hit an early shop, hopefully get something that will allow me to take this triple elite path, but it's really scary without campfires. Um, there's a triple elite path here that also has no campfires. So kind of what I'm thinking right now is hit this shop right here, and then we will go for these two elites, and then we can branch based on what we find. Oh, wait, we can do this here with these two shops. We can branch to a fire. So I think that should be all right. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the gold, I think. We'll play for this shop on the 3rd floor here. Aim to kill this one next turn because it's going to get a strength up. And then we can just mitigate some of the damage from this guy. Should be a pretty simple fight. These early fights, if you didn't know, you get 3 easy fights on floor 1, or sorry, act 1. So Ironclad typically needs some kind of defense solution. They do well in the damage department for the most part. That's another thing I'm a little scary about with this path is I don't have a way to upgrade my bash, so I'm really going to actually probably need more damage than normal. However, it's really hard to turn down Shrug on floor 1. Shrug It Off is just a super important card for Ironclad. So we're just going to invest in damage here because we're going to heal this 6 back with the Burning Blood. A Snecko is kind of hit or miss. So again, Flameberry is another really, really strong defensive card to have, but Blood for Blood is just some really consistent damage. We're going to get to roll for several cards, and I think Flame Barrier is just too important against two of the elites. We'll see what we get from this shop. Oh no, Dreamcatcher, Anchor is really good, Toolbox is really good. Man, all of these relics are great choices. Anchor is really super strong because it allows you to just invest in damage turn 1. Toolbox has the potential to just fix so many problems though. But which one's better? I mean, Dreamcatcher would be good if we had more campfires, but we don't. So Dreamcatcher lets me add cards when I rest. Anchor gives me block at the start of the combat. And Toolbox is hit or miss. So the question is whether I want Anchor to get consistent block or if I want Toolbox for the chance to just easily win some fights, and which one will give me more saved HP in the long run. And I think I'm going to take Anchor because it will allow me to be a little more aggressive with my card drafting. Cleave is not really a great pick here because Flame Barrier and Shrug already help me deal with the Sentries, which is the elite that kind of checks you for AoE. There is also an elite that, or not an elite, but there is a later advanced fight in the floor with a bunch of slimes that can be quite dangerous. However, again, because of this Flame Barrier, I'm not too concerned with it. The Flame Barrier and Anchor makes, man, another Flame Barrier. Okay, so I will take a second Flame Barrier. However, that is the first decision that I am extremely on the fence about. I think we really need some potions for these elites, and I don't think, I mean, Snecko Oil could be really good with 3 2-cost cards in my deck, but I need some kind of damage potion for the Nob, Gremlin Nob, which is the damage tech elite. So I definitely need damage, so I'm going to take both this Cultist and Fear Potion. If it seems like I'll be able to get through the Gremlin Nob fight easily, then I can save these for the Slime Boss, which will be really good. Hold on one second. Alright, I'm back. I've got the baby hanging out with me in the room now while I record. She's just playing. We'll see how she does. May have to just stop this recording early, but that's okay if we have to. Are you just being so cute for the camera? Yep. Like I said, this is mostly just for my personal documentation, so I'm not too concerned about stuff like this in the recording. Okay, so we need to invest damage in this Slaver because he has a chance to apply vulnerability on me, which is going to be way more dangerous than this Frail from the slime. So I'm going to utilize my Anchor here to invest as much damage as I can on this Slaver as fast as possible. And I took a Frail, which means that I'm going to get less value from blocking cards this turn. So again, I'm just going to invest all of it in attacking. And next turn, this guy is going to ensnare me, which means I can only play skills and powers, which is fine because now the Frail is worn off. So I can just block this. And then this guy should be dead. Unfortunately, he did get a tick of vulnerable off. And I have Frail this turn. So this damage, I think, was not really avoidable. We're going to block just till we drop this vulnerable. And then now we can, okay, well, I was going to say now we can invest in damage, but then we draw all our flame barriers, which is a little frustrating. But, I can't kill, so I'm only going to put 1 piece of damage on him. So I feel like that could have gone a little better with a better draw. I mean, we are just only getting defensive cards this round. Well, I'll take an Entrench because it has the potential to be really good, but my 3 elite path is kind of looking scary here because if I get a Gremlin Knob, I've only taken skills so far. So I think I need to pivot for the moment until I can find a good attack card or a source of damage. I mean, granted, the Cultist Potion, the question is the Cultist Potion worth a relic? Because, and do I need it to kill the slime boss, which I think I might. Because right now I could go down this path, but it's guaranteed 2 elites, which is a really, really high chance I'll fight the Gremlin Knob, and I have no chance of getting cards. Except for the one that this drops. But if I use, you know what, I think that it might be worth it, and that's why I got these potions, because, yeah, I could get lucky, and this fight should be pretty easy without using any kind of potions because of Anchor. Let's see. So we'll do a Flame Barrier because that's going to give me more damage. And then we should be able to clean this up now. These elites are really scary in Ascension 18 because they have the double days. Or not the double days, but the triple days, yeah. Super scary. So our deck right now is a lot of expensive cards, which for Ironclad is fine. That's kind of the way a lot of decks go. I don't think we'll have lethal on this guy next turn, so we just want to keep whittling this guy down because they're going to rotate back and forth. So when this guy comes back to his attack, I probably still am not going to kill him honestly, but I can at least get close. So let's invest a little bit of damage to try and avoid getting even more dazes. That is pretty unfortunate. I'm gonna take a risk here. I probably should have used my fear potion the second that I yeah, okay. I was gonna say I probably should have used the fear potion the second that the artifact dropped off of that sentry. But now the fight should be stabilized, shouldn't be too bad. We did lose a lot of HP, which is a little scary if we run into the Gremlin next, because of all of the reasons I have mentioned previously. Okay, so not too bad. Okay, so it looks like we are definitely going to be going for a super defensive build. Kunai gives me extra block over time whenever I play 3 attacks. And a spot is really good, but man, this potential Gremlin Knob is looking absolutely terrifying. I'm really not sure if I'll be able to get through it without dying. Oh, I had kill there with no, I didn't. What am I saying? Okay. Here is the moment of truth. So I would love to take a brutality for the extra card draw, but I literally think I have to take this twin strike to survive this Gremlin Knob. So do I drink the Cultist Potion? I think I literally have to. I think the only way I survive this fight is by dealing as much damage as possible, as fast as possible. Because I also don't get any value from the anchor in this fight, which is really scary. Okay, so that's already killing me. Is this killing me? Yes. This is what I was worried about. Yeah. Even with the potions, it's just too much. So what could I have done better this run? I probably should have pivoted when I thought I should have. And I could have played the sentry fight a bit better. If I would have used one of my potions on the sentry, It's probably the cultist potion because the cultist potion really gives me kind of pretty bad returns on the Nob fight since it's such a rush fight. I should have taken the cultist potion on the sentries. That would have saved me a lot of HP. And if I was able to play one more turn, I would definitely kill this guy. Because if I could tank this hit, then I could bash, and then I would easily kill in the next turn. So yeah, I think the other option would have been to pivot to this question mark, but it just feels really bad because pivoting to this means I only get one elite, because I either have to go this path and get this, and on this path there's so many question marks, which is really scary, or I go and fight this elite and face the same problem if it's a Nob again. Granted, I'd have the HP for it, but then I would not be able to take this elite. Although I think that this might have been the play because there were 2 campfires here, 3 campfires here, so I could have maybe made up the difference with the upgrades at these campfires. I actually didn't notice these. I was paying too much attention to the elites. So yeah, I think probably once I got here with no attacks, I should have pivoted and waited for a damage solve, because I mean Anchor Kunai Frozen Egg is an absolutely ridiculous starting set of relics. I mean, this run definitely had the potential to go the distance with the cards I got. I just needed to recognize that I had solved my long-term problems with a fortress in my deck already. And instead I just needed to solve my short-term problems and not worry so much about things like relics from elites. I definitely think that was the learning lesson here. And it makes me kind of sad because it certainly should have been an easier time. And it's also frustrating because next run I won't get the Niao bonus, but such is Slay the Spire, and we have embarked on what could be a very long journey for this latter portion of the game, but I'm excited for it. So if you did hang out and watch, thank you very much, and I will see you in the next run.